Satoshi Nakamoto's genius and paradigm shift. To truly understand Bitcoin, you first need to understand the existing financial system. In November 2008, a U.S. court convicted a man. He was an American doctor, a cancer specialist, who quit his practice to pursue fintech during the early days of the internet. He was the creator of eGold. eGold had 5 million users worldwide, processing $2 billion in transactions annually. It was the second largest online payment system after PayPal, even preceding PayPal by 2 years, having launched in 1996. eGold worked by allowing users to buy gold, but instead of physically receiving it, the gold was stored on their behalf, and they were given gold-backed accounts. The company held the gold in secure vaults, split between Dubai and the United States. In reality, using physical gold for transactions is impractical. You can't exactly shave off gold dust to pay for coffee. It could blow away in the wind. But with eGold, gold could be divided into 100 millionth of an ounce, making it abstract enough to be used for microtransactions. Although gold prices fluctuated, eGold functioned like a ledger-based system, abstracting gold ownership. This eliminated concerns over authenticity. No need to check if it was 14K or 18K gold. In South Korea, people have little resistance to leaving a digital footprint when using credit cards online. But American culture is different. The US lagged in e-commerce adoption due to concerns over privacy. Since eGold required no personal information, it was easier for Americans to accept. However, this caught the attention of the FBI. News reports began claiming that criminal organizations were using eGold. The creator of eGold responded, "I didn't design this for criminals." To prove his innocence, he fully cooperated with the FBI, handing over suspicious transaction records. His reasoning was twofold. First, he wanted to show he was a law-abiding citizen. Second, he wanted to deter criminals from using the platform. By refusing to maintain neutrality, he effectively told them, "We're not a haven for illicit activity. Stay away." But the US government didn't forgive him. Instead, his cooperation became the smoking gun that led to his conviction. Originally facing a 20-year sentence, he received a reduced sentence of 3 years for cooperating. I share this case as an example of why the US government would never tolerate something like Bitcoin. In the same year that eGold was convicted, 2008, Satoshi Nakamoto published his now historic paper, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. I stumbled upon Bitcoin in March 2014. When I read Satoshi's paper, it sent shivers down my spine. It was clear, revolutionary. eGold, backed by gold, seemed robust. But law enforcement froze its assets and shut it down even before a conviction was reached. The moment authorities began investigating, users were met with a warning screen, just like an illicit website being taken down. Satoshi created something structurally identical to eGold. But unless you take a conceptual leap, you won't be able to grasp the phenomenon of Bitcoin. When I first discovered Bitcoin in 2014, I was struck by Satoshi's genius. No one had ever thought of this before. He took the exact same idea as eGold but removed 2 fundamental components. First, he eliminated the central server. Second, he removed gold itself. Imagine you're the FBI. With eGold, law enforcement could simply shut down the central server and freeze the gold reserves. That was the end of the system. But with Bitcoin, there is no central server to shut down. There are no assets to seize. At Satoshi's level of genius, this is breathtaking. Yet, so many of my peers, my classmates, seniors, juniors, even close friends, came to the same flawed conclusion. Without gold, Bitcoin has no value. It's astounding how quickly they write it off as worthless. Actually, no gold means there's nothing to seize. At this point, we enter the realm of philosophical thinking. Many mainstream intellectuals still argue that Bitcoin is worthless because it lacks physical backing. Here, we suddenly step into Taoist philosophy. Bitcoin is nothing. Many mainstream intellectuals still argue that because it is nothing, it must be worthless. If nothing truly equaled zero, their argument would be correct. But this nothing has already surpassed $1, and that was over a decade ago. Bitcoin first exceeded $1 in 2011. And once it crossed $1, Satoshi Nakamoto disappeared. How can ordinary people voluntarily sustain this, you might wonder? It's all about how we're conditioned to think. There was no grand announcement, no official endorsement. This requires a leap in imagination. But it is also a fundamental understanding of reality. If Bitcoin was truly worthless, as critics claimed, it would have collapsed by now. Instead, for over 10 years, it has maintained value. The logical conclusion? If something from nothing exceeds $1, then no one can destroy it. If you don't grasp this, you are missing out on one of the most astonishing intellectual phenomena of our time. Laozi wrote in the Tao Te Ching, "A great vessel is empty, yet its use is limitless." Laozi foresaw it. TaeMin, Ministry of Foreign Affairs Lecture, July 2022.